5:19 local time, Caribbean Sea. A small dot appears at the far edge of the radar screen. It is low and thin. No AIS, no broadcast name, no flag that optics can pick out. Just a narrow return moving too fast for this water. The watch officer leans closer. The range updates with every sweep. The contact holds a steady track to the north-northwest. The speed keeps rising past 20 knots. That is not normal here. Honest traffic does not sprint through this lane. It moves through it. The radar tech speaks up. One surface contact, small boat, bearing steady. The plotter marks it. The time to closest point of approach is growing, not shrinking. That says plenty. The boat is not sliding toward busy lanes by accident. It is choosing open water on purpose. On the bridge, the officer of the deck stays calm. No big reaction, no sharp orders. The ship keeps its posture, but the pace of information tightens. Every update matters now. Electro-optical cameras are locked onto the contact. The picture clears slowly through the morning haze. A narrow hull, low freeboard, old paint, no fishing gear, no nets, no lines, no wake that fits trolling. It looks like a civilian boat, but it does not act like one. Radio calls go out on standard bridge-to-bridge and distress channels. Clear words, professional tone. Repeated. No reply. The silence is recorded in CIC. Analysts begin a quick profile. Under 40 feet, twin outboards, a fuel load heavy enough for speed but not for long range. The wake is clean and straight. This boat is not lost, and it is not out for fun. The contact pushes harder. 25 knots. The bow lifts a touch. That small lift is a clue. The hull is carrying weight. The track supervisor says it without drama. Heavy load, small boat, high speed, no compliance. No one argues. This patch of sea has a name among sailors, a funnel. Routes from the south squeeze through here, then spread out farther north. If you are moving something you do not want found, this is where you push fast and hope nobody is watching. But someone is watching. The destroyer holds course. No sudden turn, no chase yet. First comes proof, another hail, still nothing. The contact makes a small change, 5 degrees to port. Not wild, not panicked, more like a test. Are they tracking me? The answer is yes. The captain steps out on the bridge wing, binoculars already up. He does not ask for a long brief. He can see the flow. The data is already where it belongs. Log the turn, he says, calm and even. In CIC, the solution tightens. The route is not random. It threads between known shipping lanes. It avoids common patrol paths. Whoever is driving knows these waters. That skill will not save them today. The watch officer tells the aviation detachment to stand by. No launch yet, just ready. The message is quiet but clear. This contact matters. Another sweep. The speed is now near 28 knots. That crosses a line. The officer of the deck nods once. The contact is labeled a runner. The word goes into the log. Runner does not mean hostile. It does not prove guilt. It means intent. It means the crew thinks distance is safety. On the camera feed, the deck comes into view. 3 figures. No life jackets, no coolers, no gear. Just bodies braced against the pounding hull and engines screaming behind them. The destroyer still does not rush forward. It measures wind and waves. It checks time and spacing. It watches angles and options. The ocean stays quiet. No alarms, no shouting. Just the steady rhythm of a warship doing what it was built to do. Detect, track, decide. The runner keeps pushing. It does not know how much has already been written about it. Radar returns, wake shape, heat from engines, and that empty radio. On the bridge, the captain lowers his binoculars. Keep eyes on, he says. This one will not stop by itself. The destroyer adds a little speed. Not a sprint, not a full chase. Just enough to keep the picture clean. At first, the range opens, then holds. On paper, the small boat looks like it has the edge. Light hull, high speed. Built for one job. Move product fast and vanish. That belief is already out of date. The destroyer does not need to win a straight race. It needs to manage the space. In CIC, the pattern becomes clearer. The runner is not heading toward a port. It is not trying to hide behind land. It is pushing into open water, betting the sea is wide enough. That is the mistake. Small boats live on margins. Fuel, engine heat, sea state. Every minute at wide open throttle eats all 3. A destroyer has far more endurance. The aviation team reports ready. The captain gives a simple nod. Launch. The helicopter lifts off clean and steady. It does not rush straight in. It arcs wide and climbs to a height that gives it reach. It is a tool, not a threat. From above, the runner's path is easy to read. White water, exhaust haze, straight lines. Sensors paint the scene in detail. Bright engine heat, a hull vibrating under load, tight movements on deck. The pilot keeps distance, safe, legal, clear. A radio call from the air repeats the hail. Calm voice, standard words, no emotion, no reply. The runner holds course, but the wake tightens. The bow lifts again. The engines are being pushed hard. In CIC, the signs are obvious. Fuel burn is rising fast. Heat is climbing. This cannot last. The destroyer shifts again, not to match speed, but to keep control of geometry. It stays close enough to influence the outcome, far enough to avoid turning this into a show. Then the runner makes its first real move, a sharp turn to starboard. It is meant to break the tracking solution and force a reset. It does not work. The helicopter slides with it. The destroyer holds steady. The track updates without pause. The runner straightens and pushes again, near 30 knots. The bridge stays quiet. The captain does not raise his voice. He does not need to. The systems are doing what they were made to do. Reduce doubt, leave fewer options. From above, the crew count is confirmed. 3 people, no safety gear, no cargo on deck. Anything valuable is hidden below. The aviation officer sends the assessment. Heavy boat, not set for fishing, no compliance. The captain answers with one word, copy. Minutes pass, the sea remains calm. The runner keeps forcing speed, but cracks show. Turns get wider. Corrections take longer. The engines do not sound as crisp on the feed. The margin is shrinking. To the men on the small boat, the empty horizon may feel like freedom. To the destroyer and the helicopter, it looks like a corridor with walls closing in. 5:59 local time. The runner drops 2 knots. Small change, hard to see by eye. The systems catch it at once. Fuel and heat are catching up. This is the window. The helicopter comes down in controlled steps. Not aggressive, not reckless, just closer. Enough for the crew below to feel rotor wash brushing the water. Still no low pass, still no stunt. Just presence. The air crew makes another call. Clear, calm, firm. Unidentified vessel. Reduce speed and prepare to be boarded. Standard words, used many times. No reply. Instead, the runner surges. Engines flare. Exhaust darkens. The boat bucks as it tries to claw back speed it no longer truly has. The feed shows it clearly now. The steering is not clean. Each turn costs more. Each correction is wider. The boat is working harder for less. The captain watches the helicopter feed on the bridge. He looks patient, not impressed. Proceed with a visual warning, he says. The helicopter slides forward, matching the runner's line. The crew chief uses a green laser. Non-lethal, purely visual. Impossible to ignore. A sharp point appears on the runner's deck. It moves once across the bow, then holds on the cabin area. The message is simple. You are seen, clearly. Right now, the runner still does not stop. Another hard pull on the helm, another attempt to break away. The wake fans wide. The hull fights the turn. On the destroyer, there is no panic, no shouting. Procedures move forward as written. The gun mount rotates a few degrees, not to aim, just enough to be noticed. A message with no words. The helicopter holds. The laser holds. The radio call repeats, first in English, then Spanish. Still silence. 6:07. The runner's speed dips again. This time it does not recover. 23 knots, then 21. The engines are losing the argument. From above, one man looks back longer than before toward the helicopter. That glance is noted. The runner tries one last trick. It cuts power, then surges again, hoping to break timing. It is sloppy. It costs more than it gains. The destroyer closes a little, not to threaten, to remove doubt. In CIC, the call is clear. Runner slowing, maneuvers ineffective. The captain nods once. This is it, he says. More to the moment than to any person. The helicopter drops lower, now clearly ahead of the runner's bow. Rotor wash slaps the water. Spray jumps over the small deck. The laser sweeps the cabin window once more. The runner finally eases back. The bow settles. The wake shortens. It is not surrender by words. It is surrender by exhaustion. The speed falls under 15 knots, then 12. The destroyer holds station. The helicopter stays steady. No cheers, no victory talk, just confirmation. The runner drifts unevenly, no longer pointed anywhere with purpose. The captain gives the next order. Prepare the boarding team. The last path out, the one made of speed and distance, is gone. 0608 local time. The sea looks calm again. The runner sits low, engines idling rough. From far away, it could look harmless. Up close, it tells a different story. The destroyer lowers a RHIB with practiced control. The boarding team moves in one flow. Helmets, gloves, radios checked. Weapons are present, but not for show. This is about control. The RH-HIB closes fast. The helicopter stays overhead, offset, cameras rolling. Every second is marked. Nothing is casual. As the RH-HIB nears, the three men on the runner go still. Hands visible. Movement slow. Not defiance. More like math. They can see the end now. The coxswain brings the R-HIB alongside. Lines are passed. A sailor grabs the rail and steps aboard. Coast Guard, United States Navy. Remain where you are. The words are steady and flat. The men comply. They are separated. Positioned in view. No sudden moves. No fight. They know the routine. That alone says a lot. The boarding officer sweeps the deck. No fishing gear. No personal items beyond the bare minimum. Hatches are sealed with fresh hardware. Edges taped tight. That is another clue. He taps a hatch. Solid. He looks up and nods. The hatch opens. The smell hits first. Not fuel, not fish. Plastic and tape. Dry, trapped air. Inside, bundles are stacked tight. Square packs, same size, layered wrap, waterproof, built to survive days at sea. A bundle is lifted, heavy for its shape. The wrap is cut just enough to confirm. Off-white bricks packed tight, markings pressed in. Cocaine. The count starts at once. 1, 2, 3, it climbs. 19 bundles total, placed to maximize space and balance. Each pack is photographed in place, tagged, time logged, position logged. Chain of custody starts here, not later. The report goes up, calm and factual. Contraband confirmed. Large amount. On the destroyer, the reply is brief. Copy. Estimates form quickly. Quality, packaging, route. It adds up. Street value, about $98 million. On the runner, the three men say nothing. No argument, no denial. Their faces are recorded. Hands checked. Search is done. Everything is procedure. Nothing is personal. Bundles are moved with care, one at a time. No shortcuts. On the destroyer's deck, the packages are laid in neat rows. Sunlight reflects off the plastic. To some eyes, it might look like cargo. To sailors, it looks like impact. Weeks of planning broken in a morning. Networks disrupted. Money promised to people who will never be paid. The runner is checked again. Compartments, tanks, hidden spaces, nothing else. This was a clean load. Now it is evidence. The suspects are transferred under guard. The runner is secured for tow and seizure. Its engines go silent. The helicopter returns and lands. Its footage and sensor data are stored and backed up. That data will matter later, long after the wake fades. From the bridge, the captain watches the surface picture settle back to routine. No new contacts. The sea looks empty again. No shots were fired. Not because they were not ready, but because the plan did not need them. The runner lost to fuel, heat, and pressure. Speed was temporary. Systems were not. On paper, the seizure will be measured in dollars. $98 million that will not reach the streets. But the real cost lands elsewhere. Routes get questioned. Schedules break. Trust cracks. Someone higher up will have to explain why a shipment vanished and never arrived. The destroyer resumes patrol. Watches rotate. Maintenance continues. No victory lap. This is what interdiction looks like in real life. Early detection, correct labels, patient pressure. Options removed one by one. Out here, the ocean is wide, but it is not blind. Another boat is likely loading somewhere even now, telling itself the same story. Go fast, stay quiet, get through. They are wrong. Because the hardest part is not running. The hardest part is when someone is already watching.